What's up, comic fans, and it's time to preview the comics coming out July 31st, alright? So we're gonna get into all the books. We got Spec books, Spotlight books, FOC books, and we got all the books coming out this week, and we're gonna get into it right after this.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Welcome back. Alright, so we don't have a lot of Spec this week, but if you've been here before, you know we start off with the Spec books. We're gonna go first off with the Immortal Thor. Boom, there's a first appearance in this one. Plus you get, well, you got Night Mother, first appearance of Night Mother in this one. I think that's that creature in the window right there. Alright, let's not skip that. And then you also get part 5 of the Deadpool and Wolverine weapon extraction story in this, alright? So, and there you go. This is coming out July 31st. And then the second Spec book we have here is X-Force number 1. There's a first appearance in here of a new team member called Tank. I'm guessing that's the big red guy in the back. And that's what you got here. Now, there's like one other Marvel book that probably could have made the Spec list, so I guess I'll mention it. And that would be Wolverine number 3. There's the Pentangle, so there could be some new appearances in Wolverine number 3. Alright, let's get into the Spotlight books. First off, we have Blood Hunt number 5. I just put the red band edition up here because that's the polybag, you know, a little bit more gory. But this says a climax so brutal, so unnerving, with lasting ramifications for the Marvel Universe. Alright, so let's see what happens in Blood Hunt number 5, but I've been reading it. Seems pretty cool. We have Marvel and Disney What If Donald Duck Became Wolverine number 1. They've been doing the covers, but now they're finally actually starting to do these what if stories. So that's fun. Like, he's got marshmallows. Alright. And next up we have Ultimate Spider-Man number 7. This is just a tough cover. Look at that. The Green Goblin of the Ultimate Universe and Spider-Man kind of, you know, halved 50-50. You got some kind of schematics happening on the cover. But that's just a really cool cover. Alright, let's get into the FOCs. Alright, when this comes out, we're going to drop it off in the morning. Little afternoon delight action. So you should still be able to final order these books coming out this week. First off, we have Rook Exodus. This is number 2, the second printing. Alright, you have the first cover of Direwolf. That's what it is. And then issue number 3 has the first cover appearance of Ursaw. Was it the first cover appearance or just the first like character single cover? Either way, I don't know. Could be wrong with these things. But anyway, these aren't Spec books. These are just books you should be reading. That's very cool. FOC, get it. Next up, we have Aliens vs. Avengers Face Off. This looks to be pretty cool. Jonathan Hickman on the writing and Asad Ribic on the art and the cover art on this one. There is a pretty cool Scotty Young cover. But yeah, this looks like it could be an interesting read, especially if you're an Aliens fan and an Avengers fan. Alright, last but not least on the FOC is Wolverine number 1. And I guess there promises to be something in here. The Legendary Wolverine ongoing series kicks off anew with Saladin Ahmed and Martin Coccholio, whatever. But the key right on the bottom. Collector's note, a key first appearance and a major addition to the lore of Wolverine in this issue. Alright, we'll see where it's going to go. Now let's get into the rest of the books coming out this week. We're going to start off with Image. Got Department of Truth coming out. Let's see, what else do we have? You got some Image first, including the Savage Dragon. Oh, you got some Ninjago, if you're a Ninjago fan. Spawn number 355. And then Salmon Twitch, which is also in the Spawn universe, is coming out this week out of Image. Boom, here comes the boom, ready or not. We have some Firefly. That's a trade. And then you got Berserker, Fallen Empire, Pen and Ink. I believe the regular version or the colored version of this came out last week or the week before. Let's see, Grimm number 19 is coming out. House of Slaughter, I've really liked House of Slaughter recently, so that's coming out with issue number 25. You got some Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for you Power Ranger fans out there. And then there is a Ranger Academy trade coming out this week. All right, oh look, Titan Comics. And what do we have coming out of Titan Comics? You've got some Blade Runner, a lot of Blade Runner coming out of Titan Comics, and Doctor Who. All right, we're at DC, and so it looks like again, this DC just skips ahead. That Previews World is just putting up the trades for DC, but that's fine. We can fix that. We can come back to here where it says New Comics, and this is leagueofcomicgeeks.com. Right, I can go down here to Publishers. I can unselect everything, then reselect DC. Then I can just get rid of that. And here you go. Not a lot coming out of DC this week, but here you go. You got Absolute Power Task Force 7, number 3. All right, and it looks like, what are we dealing with? The JSA, right? The Justice Society of America. Red Hood, The Hill, number 6. Super Pet Special, Identity Crisis, number 1. You got a reprint of the Justice League of America, number 1. And yeah, there's some other books there. We got Batman Wayne Family Adventures, chapter number 123. All right, those are your DC books. Now let's get to Marvel Comics. All right, so Peter's turned back into the Spider Goblin, and looks like he's going to do some damage there. All right, a lot of covers for that. Annihilation 2099 is out, number 5. That's the first appearance of Dracula 2099. All right, Black Widow Venomous is a one-shot with her in her, symbiote costume now, or symbiote suit. Blood Hunt number 5 is out, so that should be a good issue as we're getting towards the end of the Blood Hunt, or you hope it's a good issue. Deadpool Wolverine number 2 gets a second printing. That's been pretty popular with the people. Fantastic Four number 22 has a Alex Ross cover, as most of the Fantastic Four A covers have had. We talked a little bit about Helverine number 3 having like a first group appearance, something to that effect in it. Mortal Thor number 13 also has a first appearance in it. Midnight Suns number 3. I was a fan of the Midnight Suns back in the 90s, and they recently had a game come out, didn't they? So that's fun. Where are we at? Scarlet Witch number 1, second printing, 25 copy incentive, is a Jenny Frison cover. Now, we've seen this cover before, but this one's just in black and white. If you like Jenny Frison, you probably are wanting to grab that cover. What else? Oh, Spider-Gwen has a weapon extraction variant. It's kind of interesting how they put these weapon extraction, this comic across multiple comics, or this comic story. Kind of makes you have to dip your toes into everything if you want to read it right away. We got Ultimate Spider-Man number 7. Ultimate Spider-Man's been really good. You do have that What If Donald Duck Became Wolverine number 1. That also looks like a fun read right there. You got X-Force number 1 if you're an X-Force fan. And yeah, X-Men Heir of Apocalypse is on issue number 4. Now we're at Dynamite, and what's coming out of Dynamite. Looks like we got some Gargoyles. Gargoyles Quest number 3. A bunch of premium covers at premium prices, and that's about it. We're going to get into the rest of the books coming out from all the other publishers we haven't talked about yet. Let's see, and if I miss something, guys, definitely hit me up and be like, hey, make sure to check that out. Archie Comics Judgment Day is on issue number 3 of 3, so that's coming to an end. Biden's Titans is on issue number 1. Let's see. Comicsburg has Daisy Chain Dark Desires Part 1. Met those guys at Heroes Con in North Carolina. Pretty cool guys. Alright, what else do we got? Let's get through all this Dynamic Forces stuff. Which, check it out if you're into getting autograph signatures and your books graded. They get that done. What is this? Divine Power Made Me from Scout Comics. This is issue number 1, but it's a second printing. Alright. American Mythology Productions has DOA number 1. It's always cool to check out number 1s from the indies just to see if they're worth it. Final Fight number 1. If you played the Final Fight game, maybe this will appeal to you. Alright, where are we at? Florida Man gets a second series with Florida Man vs. Hogzilla number 1. Gotcha Man with issue number 2. Boop 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 boop. Grim Fairy Tales has a bunch of covers for issue number 86. Alright, where are we at? Headsman number 1 out of Blood Moon Comics. Another number 1. When I catch him, I try to point him out. Mad Cave Studios has Kosher Mafia number 1. Alright. Blood Moon Comics has Long Road to Retribution number 1. Boom. And remember, guys, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. I stole that from Jay-Z. Well, Nightclub I heard was pretty good. Also, I think that comic was only $1.99 an issue when it came out, so that was a cool little thing about that. Nottingham keeps going with issue number 14 of 15. It's like every time you think it's going to stop, they just extended a couple more issues. I think originally it was only scheduled to go like 5 issues or 6, and then it ended up being 7. So you had like issue number 7 of 6. Rick and Morty coming to an end with Rick and Morty Kingdom Balls number 404. There'll be another Rick and Morty comic very soon, so don't worry about that coming to an end if you're a Rick and Morty fan. Alright. We're almost to the end, guys. I swear we're almost to the end. So if you've hung around this long, just give it another minute or 2 or 15 seconds because we're at the end, guys. So comic fans, that is the preview of the comics coming out this week. If you like the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Go ahead and throw me a thumbs up and comment down below. Do what you do. I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to get ready for this week's books, all right? Peace. Deuces. Alright, so Gotham by Best Man number 1. I actually got that last week. Or Man's Best, not Best Man. Man's Best number 1, so I'm not sure why that is loaded up here. Oh, you know why? Because we're on the wrong week.